we'd like to, as much as everyone would like to, and as much as science fiction would want us to, we haven't seen anything yet. We're looking.
Now, we did see some things we didn't understand. Some of it was these flashing lights coming off one of the sides of the space station. Turned out that was ammonia leaking from the side, and a couple of days later we're doing a spacewalk to fix a leak. Believe me, if we saw anything like that was real evidence of life, the loudest people talking about it would be the astronauts on the space station. No doubt about it.
Alors évidemment, on a été choyés pendant les 5 mois que Chris et Tom ont passé dans l'espace parce que Facebook, Twitter, toutes ces choses-là, on a eu l'occasion de voir beaucoup d'images et d'avoir de l'information au quotidien. So if we talk about Facebook, Twitter and stuff like that, Tom, do you know what that is? Did you? Okay, so you tweeted a lot, okay. So tell us a little bit about that, the preparation, especially like your son being involved. How much time in advance, or was it really like a day-to-day thing?
So here's how it works on the space station. When you get a free 5 minutes, you go to the window. You get one of the big cameras and you look for the land going by. And you take a picture of Ottawa. So you get a beautiful picture of Ottawa. Get a lovely picture of Ottawa. So you take out the card, you put it in your teeth, because you don't want the card to float away. Put another card in, set up the camera for the next guy, take the card out of your teeth, float over to your quarters, stick it in the computer, download the pictures and look at them. And a couple of them of Ottawa look really nice. The water's reflecting the light, or you can see both the Parliament buildings and the airport. You go, hey, that's a cool picture. So you write, I don't know, Ottawa glistens like the nation's jewel, or something like that. And then you send it to Earth. You just send it to Twitter. But then you also send it to your wife or your son. And Tom sent them to his wife and I sent them to my son. And then they would take that and also put it out on other places as well. Put it out on all the social media. And as a result of that, we shared our experience with millions of people all around the world. It was reported in the news, but what we saw, everybody saw. And then Tom and I made a bunch of videos, and I would take these goofy videos, a whole bunch of shots, send it down to the people at the Canadian Space Agency. They hired a really cool video editor, and she would take all of this stuff and clip it down into a 2-minute YouTube of how to cut your fingernails, or how to get a haircut, or how to go to the bathroom, and put those out as well. And so between my son and Tom's wife posting stuff to social media, and then everybody at the Space Agency cranking out the videos, we really don't want to keep this experience to ourselves. It is just too beautiful and wonderful, and that's why we did our best to share it with everybody.
Yeah, I tried some of those things and it didn't work the same. Now we know in about 2 days, Chris, you won't be an astronaut anymore? Sure you will, okay. An astronaut forever and ever. But you're retiring from what you do right now. So what about you, Tom? Any projects of going back in the States?
I'm going to be trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up still. So, but hopefully fly in space again, we'll see. There are a lot of people, very talented people, 2 Canadian astronauts who haven't flown in space yet. So it's going to be their turn to get in line. I'll get in line, but I'll be at the back of the line.
And we can adopt you. You can become a Canadian. No problem with that.
That would be great. That'd be wonderful.
So Chris, what about the next coming months, years?
I joined the Canadian military when I was 18 years old, and I served 25 years in the Air Force. I was selected as an astronaut 21 years ago, and I've been serving as an astronaut since 1992. So when you put all that together, there was some overlap, but that's 35 years. I've had the same employer, and my wife and I decided a while ago, let's retire this summer and take some time, think about what to do next. For now, lots of people want to hear about the experience, and so I'll do some chance to speak about it and talk to people across the country. After Canada Day, I'm going out to Calgary as the Grand Marshal of the Calgary Stampede. Yahoo! and try and help out with the flood recovery out there. But I'll be doing public speaking. I'll still be working with the Canadian Space Agency to speak with schools all across the country. And then we're moving back to Canada after 27 years away, Russia and the United States. So once we get settled, I've been here a while, a year or two, and people are no longer interested in me just coming and talk, then I'll look to get a real job. But I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. We'll see.
As somebody said, Prime Minister. Well, you've got some votes. Anyway, no pressure. You have a big day. You know, you've been with us for a few days because we're rehearsing for the show on the Hill as well, and we'll be performing tonight. So we won't take too much of your time. But I think the last question could be to you and to Tom. When you're up there, you look at the Earth. It's a classic question that I think all astronauts hear. You have a message to give to people living on Earth, and you know all the problems. What would you say, you know, to the people on this planet, this tiny planet, when you think about it?
You know, it's something a good number of astronauts say. It's such a deep, poignant thing to see your birthplace, the birthplace of the human race, right there in front of you, almost in its entirety, especially in an hour and a half seeing it all. And all of us have stated, I think, that have seen that view, have wished that the heads of state of all the countries around the world could fly up there, actually everyone, to fly up there and see that, and you see how incredibly fragile, first of all, our home is. You can hold your arm out, put your fingers apart by just 1 inch, and that's how thick the atmosphere is from 250 miles up in space. You cross a lot of water. You don't cross land very often. And even then, you don't see cities very often. So we have a very tenuous hold on this planet. We need to take care of it. And to really love this Mother Earth that we've come from. You also don't see any borders, and that's very significant as well, because we are one whole people here living on the Earth, and we need to be together to survive on it as well.
Tom and I were so incredibly lucky to live off the Earth for almost half a year. A huge privilege and a responsibility on behalf of so many people. And when you first get there, you sort of see where you're from. But after a month, after 2 months, you really see how each individual city, every light that shines in the darkness, that's just another one of us. That's just someone else trying to live a life, trying to raise their children, trying to find some grace, trying to do their absolute best with the circumstances they live in. It gave me a profound respect for everybody else on the planet and an absolutely overwhelming feeling of us. And when you take that feeling of shared humanity, and then you look back where Tom is from, to the United States, or I am from in Canada, you look at your own country a little differently. You really see what you do wrong, but you really see what you do right. And we, in the United States, where I've lived for 25 years, it is a great country. Tom is extremely proud of where he's from, and I have huge respect for Tom and for the United States of America. As a Canadian, I just have a tremendous love for where I'm from, and it was made much more real and more profound by seeing it so many times, seeing it from afar, and the chance to try and share it. And that's why, when I'm here right now, I just feel like I'm visiting with 100,000 of my best friends. That's what it feels like. So it's a great experience, and it really is one that we work hard to share. So thanks for including us as part of your show today.
Well, this was an honor, wasn't it? Tom, and your family, welcome to Canada. We hope that you are enjoying it. And this is the American Embassy right there, just in case you don't know. And it does look a little bit like, it could be a space shuttle or something, or a submarine, spaceship. So thank you so much for being here, and hope that the rest of Canada Day and the rest of your stay here will be joyful. Chris, what can we say more than this? So I don't know if everybody heard this, but the presentation, you know, it's the 75th anniversary of the creation of Superman, the cartoon character. But like Ani said, you are our real Superman. All right.
Happy Canada Day! Bonne fête, Canada!